Hello my friends, and welcome to Paulina Art. Today I bring you this colorful and spicy composition that I have named The Three Amigos. I'm going to attach on the description box below a link to my Facebook page where you're going to be able to find the pattern for this painting and you can download it for free. I hope you enjoy doing this painting. It's important to keep busy while we're still in quarantine. The main thing is to make every day count instead of counting every day. If you want to see how I created this colorful painting, stay with me and let's paint together. Today I'm working on a 9x12 acrylic paper. I like to work on this paper because it's very sturdy and it has a linen finish, which means it is very similar to working on canvas or a canvas board. I'm using acrylic paint, so that means you can recreate this painting on any surface that you like. The brushes I'm using today are a couple of round brushes. I have an angle brush. If you prefer, you can use a flat brush and my liner brush to do details. The first thing I did was I traced my pattern, and then with a sponge I did the background. I wanted the background to be simple, but at the same time I wanted to be complementary for the peppers. I used my sponge and basically I just went on a horizontal way. I added a little bit of yellow on the edges. Then I mixed my purple with a little bit of white to create a softer lilac and a little bit of darker purple at the back, just to create dimension and perspective for my painting. The next step that I'm going to do is with my round brush, I'm going to paint the peppers and the leaves white. I will leave all the edges that define my drawing. I'm going to leave them so I don't end up with a big white blob in the middle of my surface. The reason why I painted all of my drawing in white is because acrylic paint is very translucent, and this pepper is going to be yellow, orangey, and this one is going to be red. And I want the colors to be really crisp. I don't want this purple showing through. While the white dries, I'm going to go ahead and add some shadow. For that, I'm going to mix a little bit of purple with my black and some gel medium. I want it to be more purple than black. And with this color, I'm going to add a little bit of shadow in here. My light is going to be coming from this way, so my shadows are going to be on this side. Now that my shadow has been established, what I'm going to do with my round brush, this round brush has a little bit of a point, so it's going to work really well. I'm going to pick up some of my purple, just the purple without black, and I'm going to go around and define just the edge of my peppers and the center of my leaves too. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to go over the peppers later. Now that my peppers have been defined with this rounder brush, it's a little bit older, so it's not pointy. I'm going to pick up a little bit of purple with some gel medium. I wanted the color to be very light, and I'm just going to add a little bit of shading at the bottom of my peppers here. The light is coming from this side, so I want the shading to be more on this side and at the bottom. Just a little bit of shading to create a little bit of dimension. While all this dries, I'm going to paint the leaves because the leaves are behind and underneath the peppers. The only one I'm going to leave for the end is this one, because this one is going to be in front of the peppers. With my angle brush, I'm going to pick up some yellow and some red on the heel of the brush, and some of my green on the toe, and I'm going to blend it like this. I already have a little bit of blending gel on my brush, and these are the colors that I'm going to use for the leaves. And I'm going to start with the back leaves first. This is the first leaf we're going to do. So I'm just going to press my brush. I'm pressing my brush and just doing a little bit of a wiggle movement here. I'm going to finish the other side, and I'm going to do it the same, the other side of the leaf. I'm going to press and finish my leaf just like this. I'm going to do the one on top. I want a little bit more yellow on the toe of the brush, just because this one is going to be on top. And I'm going to do it the same way. How are you all managing the quarantine? Are you painting a lot? I know I've been quarantined now for 6 weeks now. I've only been out 3 times probably just to go get groceries. My art keeps me happy and sane. Creating sets me free really from everything that is happening right now. Let me know how you're managing. Comment on the box below. I would really like to hear how you're all doing. Okay, let's finish this leaf. I'm going to press it. I have a little bit yellow loaded the same way. Paintings with fruit and vegetables, they look really beautiful with leaves. The leaves really add a lot to a painting that has fruit and vegetables, I find. Okay, I'm going to finish these two the same way I did these ones, with the red and yellow in the center and more green and a little bit of yellow on the outer side of the leaf. If you went over your pepper with the leaf like I did, just pick up a damp flat brush or filbert brush and clean it up a little bit. Just like that. When my leaves dry, I'm going to put a light coat of color on each pepper. This pepper is going to be red. With my round brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of medium, gel medium, and my red color. And I'm going to put a light coat of red on my pepper. I want this pepper to be an orangey yellow, and for that I've mixed my yellow with a little bit of red to create the exact color that I want. I'm adding a little bit of gel medium to make the paint a little bit more fluid, and I'm going to paint this pepper the same way I did this one. And I'm going over the purple that I did, and I'm following the shape of the pepper. So my strokes are going down this way. My third pepper is going to be green, and I'm picking up some of my green color with a little bit of my gel medium to loosen up the paint a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same. And I'm going to paint the stems of the peppers as well. For that, I'm mixing a little bit of yellow and green to create more of a warm yellowy green. And this is what I'm going to use for the stems. Now it's important to let the gel medium with the paint dry for the peppers. So we're going to let this sit for a few minutes. I'm going to go get myself a nice cup of tea. By the time I come back, hopefully this will be good enough that we can add our other coats of paint. Okay, my friends, now we're gonna have fun with our peppers. And for that, with my angled brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of my gel medium. I'm gonna paint my red pepper. I'm picking up some red on the heel and some purple on the toe of the brush. I want more red on my brush than purple. And I'm going to start by pressing my brush and just move it around like that. And I'm going to repeat this around my pepper. I'm going to clean up a little bit here that I went over my leaf. And here we're going to turn around and we're going to go this way to finish this side of the pepper. You can add some red in here. I'm going to start on this side of the pepper now. Doesn't matter what side you start with, but just follow the shape of the pepper. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can always go over the areas if you want to touch it up like this, like I'm doing here. Our red pepper is done. We're going to do the same with our orange pepper. I have loaded my brush the same way. This time I have the purple on the toe and the orange at the heel. And we're going to do the same way. I'm going to start from the back and work around the pepper. And this is going to be our last pepper. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Now I know my light is coming from this way, so I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to my peppers. And to do that, all I did was I just wet the tip of a Q-tip, remove a little bit of the excess water, and I'm going to go over my paint and just add a little bit of highlight this way. I find this way is very controlled, the way I'm applying my highlights. I'm just removing some of the paint, and because I have white underneath the peppers, my highlights are coming in like this, and it looks very, very natural. And the way to do it, you want to follow the shape of your pepper. They look more natural that way. We're going to finish the stems now with the same round brush. I'm picking up the same yellowy green color that I used for my base, and I'm just intensifying in some areas. Following the shape of the stems. With my round brush that has a little bit of a point, I'm mixing a little bit of the yellow-green with a little bit of purple. And I'm going to add a little bit of dimension to the stems here. I believe that every experience in life, no matter how challenging it is, some good comes out of it and we learn something from it. And I believe what we're all going through right now, it's no different. I mean, it's something totally new for us to experience, something we have never experienced in our lifetime, but Other people in different centuries have gone through this. For me, this is teaching me patience. And really, we have no control what happens in our lives. The only thing we can control is how we react to things. This is the perfect time for us to step up to the plate and be the best we can be. And we're very blessed to have our art. Our art really brings us so much peace and joy. Creating, that's what creating does. It fulfills your soul. I know for me, it's the only thing that keeps me happy, and I don't think too much. I don't worry too much about other things when I'm painting. I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow and white just to add some highlight to the stems. I'm using the same brown pointy brush, and because the light is coming from here, I'm going to add the light in this side. Don't worry too much. It doesn't have to be perfect shadowing and lighting, just to create the effect that there's some light coming in there and giving the painting a little more dimension. We can add a little bit of light to the leaves as well. We're going to paint this little leaf now. We left this one at the end because it's on top of this pepper. So we're going to go ahead and paint this leaf. What we can do now, we can add a little bit of white if we choose on the areas where we highlighted with the Q-tip. I have a little bit of white with a little bit of medium, and I can touch up a little bit these areas and add a little bit of, if we want the peppers to be even brighter, can add a little bit of light in there too. At this point, my friends, I think my painting is just about done. I'm going to splatter maybe some orange paint a little bit. You don't have to do that, but I like to finish a lot of my paintings that way. I find it gives the painting some energy, but you can do as you like at this point of the painting. You can add more color to the leaves, more highlights. I hope you enjoy this painting. If you like this painting, please give me a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please comment below. Let me know how you like to do this kind of painting, different from flowers, fruits, vegetables. We can paint fruit composition another time. Comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're coping with these challenging times we're going through right now. Keep your spirits up. Keep happy. Be the light that shines on your family life. This shall pass too. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.